Hi, everybody. Old Dynamite here, the maniacal maestro of the microphone and the voice of AKA American Combat Alliance. Folks, in our big co-main event tonight, we've got two of the most prolific strikers who've ever stepped inside the AKA cage, and they are set to go to war. You do not want to blink. You do not want to miss a second of this fight. These two young men have got that dog in them, and they are ready to cut that dog loose here tonight at Sam's Town Hotel and Casino. Standing next to me right now, representing the PBA hard hitters out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the baby gorilla, Benton Mitchell. Now, Benton, last time you stepped into the AKA cage, it was one heck of a fight, man. There was a lot of animosity there, some heat. Look, it happens. Sometimes you get caught, but we all know you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. How has that fueled that fire to get you back in there, step back in the cage here tonight?
Oh, man, it's to let me know I'm back. You know, I took that loss, took that knockout, and I'm just ready to showcase my skills against a very tough opponent. And I took up a weight class, so we'll see how it goes.
And to show you the dog this man has in him, folks, he took this fight on less than a week's notice. You stay ready. You're always ready. When you get that call, you can step up for big opportunities like this, even stepping up in a weight class. So hats off to you, Benton, for that. We really appreciate it. So now, what is the game plan here tonight? We know you like to stand and bang, as they say in the fighter's world. So does this young man, Michael Manno. Both of you have hands of stone. I mean, I'm myself kind of seeing a possible knockout again here tonight. How do you see things going?
Man, I see it. I don't know. We're going to see how it goes, to be honest. He's a very tough opponent. I know he likes to throw down. I like to throw down. So we're going to give the crowd what they want and see how it goes then.
Now, how do you feel physically? We know as far as the weight goes, you know, you were good to go, but the cardio buildup that it goes into getting ready for a fight, with having no camp, literally no camp, just jumping right back in here, how are you feeling physically?
I feel pretty good. You know, 5 minutes around, that's a long time, so we're going to see how it goes. Well, other than that, I feel pretty good, and just take it slow. So.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the 4th of July is gone, but the fireworks are still flying right here at Sam's Town tonight for AKA 38. We were talking a little earlier about that big co-main event we've got going on tonight. Well, standing next to me is the other half. He is Port City's very own, the one and only Michael Manno. Manno training with Synergy Martial Arts Academy. Manno, you talk about an all-around combat sports enthusiast. You have done a little bit of everything in the last few years. You stepped into the world of bare knuckle. Bless your heart on that one. You've done some boxing. Now you're back in the world of MMA. You're such a great young athlete. You got a huge amount of support here in Shreveport. But you're stepping in with a hungry young man. He just came off of a loss last time he was in the AKA cage. And like I alluded to in his interview, both of y'all have that dog in you. And we know it's going to get cut loose tonight. How are you feeling with this fight right now?
Man, I just feel great with this fight. I've been training like really hard since my last fight in January. And with going back to MMA, I just really feel like I'm getting to use more talents that aren't being able to get used, like in, you know, boxing or anything like that. And I got a few tricks up my sleeve for this guy. And you know, for anybody, for my original opponent, whoever it was that was going to be fighting me, I'm going to be, you know, unveiling some new stuff that I've been getting back to work on.
Well, I know you and Coach Knutson always in the laboratory cooking up some new recipes over there at SMAA. So any predictions on tonight's fight, Michael Manno?
I'm gonna say first round TKO.
First round TKO. The Port City Soldier is not messing around tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's going night-night. Somebody's taking a nap in our co-main event here tonight at AKA 38.
Port City Michael. I like it. I really do. He used to go by the Port City Soldier. He's now just Port City Michael Manno. And Shreveport's very own, ready to battle with Benton Mitchell. Here we go with your co-main event of the night.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say that I'm not trying to take anything off of Manno's stand-up. He does have that knockout power, so he could look at to finish it that way tonight. I'm just curious to see. I really want to see him put it all together.
It's not that he doesn't have the skills on the feet. It's just he's an elite, you know, grappler and wrestler. And
there, Ben went for the double leg. It looked like Manno was trying to jump a guillotine there.
Thought better of it. And now he's got Benton Mitchell trying to ride him to the ground.
Yeah, that's why that's a, you know, kind of a risky maneuver to try to pull off, because it can go wrong like it has here. But let's see what Mitchell does with this dominant position, some knees up the middle.
Nice knee right up the middle. Knee to knee right there. And then on the inside of the thigh. Manno trying to dig for that underhook.
And he's able to turn it and get the takedown.
And that's just exactly what we were talking about. I mean, goodness. Good stuff from Michael Manno. And now Benton Mitchell has Manno on top of him with 4 minutes to work.
He's doing a good job of keeping him broken down. And what Manno needs to do here, I mean, we're professionals, right? We can really dig that forearm, and we can really look for those short little elbows to create that space to get the strikes that we want here.
One thing about the PBA hard hitters, they have some guys that can scrap, but they're not always the most proficient on the ground. And so we'll see, you know, how advanced Mitchell is here.
Kind of a difficult angle to see what's going on here.
Manno trying to find an angle of his own to land some shots. Right now it's been all about the control. Mitchell's got that leg.
Yeah, we know that Manno has always been very good at the controlling factor, but I would really like to see him do something with it, you know, dynamic here.
I'd like to see him step over here and get into, I guess it's kind of hard whenever your opponent's up against the cage, though. So what are you trying to do here if you're Mitchell to get out of this position?
You really got to just scoot your butt to the cage, flip onto your knees. His legs are out. He can use the cage to kind of like as a support system to step himself up and eventually scrape Manno off, which is not always easy to do. Manno is kind of blocking his hip on that side a little bit, but I do think he has the room for it if he could just, you know, swing and bridge really hard.
There's
that forearm,
yeah,
that I was talking about that I hoped I would see. There you go. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see. And you can tell that hurt him because he's trying to wrap Manno up in his legs. Again, your legs are free. We need to scoot to the cage, get up on the hip, get up onto our knees, and work our way up.
Manno's just so strong, though. To Benton Mitchell, very strong in his own right, but, I mean, both of these guys kind of in a stalemate as far as the strength is concerned.
Looks like he might be wrapping up for that Kimura.
Yeah, he saw it.
I don't know if there's enough room on the other side for him to get it, but if he can scoot his opponent away from the cage, he might be able to get it.
He's working on it. He's got another 90 or so seconds.
Let go secure the north-south position.
Now they're north and south. It's been a very positive round to this point, though, for Michael Manno.
And this is another difficult position to get out of, but Mitchell needs to kind of, it's a weird position. You got to kind of like put your legs together, straighten them out, and swing them back and forth to kind of build the momentum to roll.
Manno moving into side control. I mean, right here you could almost start throwing some elbows once again from that angle.
Definitely.
Yeah, there they go. Manno starts to see it about the same time I did.
I'd like to see him try to, you know, trap an arm and go for a crucifix, something that can, you know, just build a little bit more damage here.
Now he moves into.
But there he goes into mount. That's excellent as well. He needs to try to break his opponent's grip on him.
So he can posture up here and drop bombs for the final 30 seconds. Some
big shots there.
And right now, if you're Mitchell, you're just kind of holding on for dear life here, right?
Yeah,
Final
I mean,
20 seconds.
if he can get his feet against the cage, he can kind of kick out of it if he's really explosive. But, I mean, at this point, we have 13 seconds left. You're thinking as a fighter, do I really want to use all that energy when I have 2 more rounds?
Manno slowly but surely adding up the damage here at the end of round number 1.
Yeah.
Really just kind of a methodical, you know, work right there from Manno. A little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there. Nothing, you know, over
Mitchell
the top.
is bleeding out of his ear, it looks like.
I think that may have been that elbow towards the end.
Oh, yeah.
He had an angle for it, and it was kind of blocked from us, but I saw him fire it. But a very strong round right there for Michael Manno. I mean, he had 3 minutes of control,
no doubt
basically.
that he has come out of this round as the victor. And if he can continue to do this, he can, you know, Mitchell's got to be the one that is way more tired out of all this. And if he can continue to wear on his opponent like that, he you know, he's going to fatigue, and Manno's going to find more of those openings for those big punches in the ground.
Strong showing from Michael Manno. Curious how much energy Benton Mitchell used in that round by having Manno just grinding on him for an entire 3 minutes. Mitchell's trying to get some water at the end.
Mouthpiece or something, I don't know.
I don't know. Here we go, back to the action. Round number 2 underway.
All right, with a feint and a couple of jabs from Mitchell.
See some swelling under that right eye of Benton Mitchell. That's from that early elbow that we talked about, right after you pointed it out. Nice.
Nice leg kick from Manno. I want to see more of those straight punches from Mitchell. He's got to keep Manno on the end as much. I don't so much want to see those big looping punches, because those are the kind of punches that people can set up takedowns off of.
Sure, they're very telegraphed. You can see him coming from a long ways away, and a guy like Manno will take advantage of that.
So we really don't want to end up back on the ground. That was an interesting pull of that punch.
I like that Mitchell's faking it now, at least trying to show something different to Manno. Oh, nice. Manno reaching out with that jab.
He felt that. He's starting to come forward a little bit more off of that. Oh, that would have been a good time to shoot for a takedown, but maybe Manno, because he's had such a strong first round, he can kind of feel out the stand-up a little bit more in this one.
Yeah, even though he didn't go for the takedown, he saw that punch coming from a long ways away.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Benton Mitchell. He definitely shows you what he's throwing. Manno's slowed down just a little bit himself.
Yeah, and that may be part of his hesitation to go to the ground. I mean, it's very taxing even on the person on top.
He's got sweat dripping off of him like he's a cloud. It's impressive. I mean, that is perspiration.
It is hot in here tonight.
Yeah, that it is. About 2 minutes gone in the second round.
And I feel like Mitchell's faking him out with those punches. I'd like to see him put something behind it.
Mitchell attacks the lead leg. Much slower pace from both fighters in this second round.
Manno's corner calling for him to go.
Mitchell tried that kick. Didn't
nice
connect.
right hand.
Yeah, one of the better shots we've seen.
Yeah, I like that Manno's corner is calling for him to kind of push it, because I think if it stays in this kind of, you know, outside range, that Mitchell is just edging him out a little bit. I say that Manno did just land a punch, so, you know, it's anybody's game always, but I'm just feeling like Mitchell is leading the dance a little bit more.
I couldn't agree with you more, Victoria. It feels like one takedown here for Manno, and you ride out the last minute or so can win him the round, though. Mitchell has been more active, but hasn't done enough to secure the round yet.
Yeah. Oh, and he went for the shot. Not sure why.
Peyton locking that arm up. It's an awkward position for Benton Mitchell. Manno's dragging him down. That's going to...
And took the back.
Yeah, to leave the opening.
This is where he needs to take advantage and throw some big punches. This is the biggest moment Manno's had this round, and he needs to take advantage of it for sure.
Mitchell trying to roll out of it, but there's Manno swarming. He's back on top into side control.
And he just reads the positions a little bit better. He's just one step ahead in the scramble. I'm just not sure why Mitchell felt the need to shoot in that moment. It was just not the best decision.
And once again, here's Michael Manno on top with just over a minute to work. And this can win you a round, right?
Definitely, especially because there wasn't any very decisive factor in
going
off for a head and arm triangle.
Yeah. That's tight. He's got the body across. That's tough. Let's see if Mitchell can fight
tapping
out of this. No.
That's it.
Wow, beautiful work from Michael Manno. Head and arm choke in the end of round number 2.
It's the night for the grapplers.
Yes, the grapplers have showed up and showed out.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, on both of our last fights, we had people shoot on the the wrestler.
Yeah. Lesson learned to anybody out there that is not the best wrestler in the building. Do not shoot on other wrestlers. You don't want to find out how good they are, you know? And, right there.
Sometimes you just, you know, you think you are the better wrestler. And certainly Mitchell does show some that he does have takedowns. He has shown that in his past fights, so no hate on him. But I'm going to head in there to get my interview.
Our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 3 minutes 59 seconds in round number 2. Declaring your winner, Michael Manno!
So there you have it. Michael Manno gets back to 500 as a professional, and he'll now talk to Victoria.
I really feel like we're seeing your game evolve even more. You really put together your striking and your grappling ability that we know that you had. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, great. I'm just, now I can use, I have so many talents. I've ventured out into boxing and shit like that, but this is really my full talents, on the ground. You're basically, stuck.
Well, who would you like to give a shout out to tonight?
Oh man, I want to thank all my friends and family for coming out tonight. It's my comeback party right here, baby. And my teammates here, Josh Parton and Andy Carrington, SMAA Shreveport, SMAA Jiu-Jitsu, SMAA Texarkana Jiu-Jitsu coming together, perfect unison. Thank you, Wayne Knudsen, for housing me in your house, as your student, for years and years and years. And, what else? Oh, I got a special word to give to a certain fighter named Marco Soto, who said, since he beat one guy, he's ready for a fucking title shot. You think you're ready for a title shot? You come talk to me. I decide if you're ready for a fucking title shot. Come fight me, Marco. Let's go.
All right. Well, I'm sure we can make trouble. I'm sure we can make that happen. Excellent performance tonight. You guys give it up one more time for your winner, Michael Manno.
Port City Michael Manno brings another win back to the Ratchet City. Great stuff there for Michael Manno. And look, Benton Mitchell's a dog. I said it before the fight, but it's just tough to be on the level of Michael Manno. I mean, he really is very complete on the feet, and then on the ground. It's just not somewhere you want to be with Michael Manno, and that proves true once again as Manno gets the finish at the end of round number 2 with the head and arm choke.